What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Facts and Stats. This is now episode 103, NBA Play-In, Playoff Edition. It was a phenomenal season this year, in my opinion. Not too much for my team. I have a couple of co-hosts and key contributors to the platform. We're going to give our thoughts on the play-in scenarios, pick our winners and losers, and talk about many more. If you're new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Fact and Stats platform. Check out Fact and Stats on other platforms as well: Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. It's at Fact and Stats _ everywhere. And if you don't have any Fact and Stats apparel, check out the Fact and Stats website. It's factandstats.us. It's all I wear. You can wear it too. So make sure I check that out. I have Kiana up here. We have Heaven Sent, 1110, West, and Process. How y'all feeling today?
Very good.
I'm feeling okay.
Okay. Process, good news. 1110. Well, 1110, you about to say something? Sorry.
Nah, I was gonna say something boring like nice weather. Nothing crazy. Don't mind me.
I'm glad the weather is bringing for most of us, no matter where we reside at. Spring, summer is quickly approaching. If it's not here already, 80 degrees, 90 degrees, weather like that. Wes, you there, bro? Just checking in with you real quick.
Good.
All right, what's the word? Process, good news. I'm glad you're here. One, I love the profile pic. Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid. I rock with Maxey since Kentucky. And speaking of the play-in, everybody, including you and myself, is where we're going to talk about who our winners is for these four games that we have. I'm sorry. Heat, Sixers, Lakers, Pelicans, Kings, Warriors, Bulls, Hawks. And I'm going to start with you, Process, mainly because, you have two Heat fans up here, myself and 1110, and then we have you up here as a Philadelphia 76ers fan. That game was on Wednesday, so I probably should typically we'll start with the Tuesday's game, but it's okay. Here nor there. We're going to talk about all four. Going into that game, I would assume you expect your team to win, but why do you think y'all going to win that first play-in game against Miami and eventually clinch if y'all do win the seventh seed?
All right. So I didn't want this to happen to us. I didn't want to play you guys, but it is what it is. I wanted the 6th seed. I thought we were going to get the 6th seed, but everything got all messed up. Well, let me get my camera on, though, real quick. But we play you guys pretty good for the most part throughout the season. But, Spoelstra, the way he can be and shit like that. But you like my hat?
I actually do.
But I think it's going to be a tough game. I think that Jimmy's obviously, if he turns up to be the Jimmy we see in the playoffs, then we got problems. But I just don't think you guys have enough this year. I think this is finally the year you guys fall off. I think that Embiid being back, and we have actually a competent head coach and a smart head coach this year, unlike we've had for the past couple of years with Doc. I think that zone that you guys run against us is now being exploited by how good of a passer Embiid has become. Also, our shooters, we have our starting lineup is probably going to be the one that's been out there for the majority of the year when Embiid's there. And we got Laurie. So Laurie, Maxey, Oubre, and Tobias. Now, the weakest player on the team happens to be the second highest paid player on our team. It's Tobias Harris in the starting lineup. But he's still a threat to knock down some open shots occasionally. But Laurie can hit down shots. Maxey can hit down shots. And what else? Oubre, he's been a bright spot on this team. And B called him the third best player on the team. A little shot to Tobias, by the way.
And B said that?
Yeah.
Oh.
He said it the other night. When was it? The other night he said something about he said it about Oubre being like our third best player, something like that. So it's I think we win because if you run that zone with the way Embiid's been passing the ball and the way that we can knock down shots, it's going to hurt you. And I know earlier we were talking Bam does a good job against Embiid in the past. Bam does a good job defensively against everybody. He is probably the most versatile defender in the NBA. Probably the overall, I think, probably the best. It's not Embiid's too good. And earlier we were talking about it, and somebody, a Sixers fan, was saying like, "Oh, well, okay, just cancel out Embiid and and Bam, and then you look to the rest of the no. Embiid's gonna have to perform. He's gonna have to be a beast on the glass because you guys killed us last time against I know it was regular season, but K Love had a good game and he sucks. And he killed us on the glass. And offensive rebounds too. Like it's ridiculous. So everyone's gonna have to crash. Embiid's gonna have to be able to get his rebounds, and Tobias and Oubre are gonna have to get some rebounds too. I just don't think you guys have enough. Plus, I don't know if Rozier's playing. I think Duncan's playing, but if Rozier doesn't play, like you really don't have enough firepower offensively. Last time we played, Hero didn't play, and he's going to be playing. Obviously, that helps, but he gives up what he gets offensively on defense, and him and Jovic are going to be on the court defensively, and that's just not good. Like that just I don't know how much Spoelstra can get out of these guys when they're just not athletic. They don't have the speed. They don't have the foot speed to keep up with Maxey, to keep up with Oubre, to keep up with any of them guys. So, like, it's just not going to work out for you guys in that aspect of the game. So I wouldn't want to play you guys in a long series because Spoelstra is a great coach, but Nick Nurse is also a good coach too. So, but he figures out ways to, scheme against you. But in this one game scenario, being at home, Wells Fargo is going to be rocking. Obviously, I think we're gonna win, and then we're gonna move on to the Knicks, and then you guys are gonna move on to the Celtics. But I just don't think you guys have enough this year to beat us. Well, I could be wrong.
Does anybody up here outside of 11-10 of myself have the Heat winning tomorrow? Wednesday. I'm sorry. Anybody?
Yeah, I got y'all winning.
All right, talk to me real quick, J. Will.
Man, I'm just expecting locked in Heat. I just don't expect them to go into a game and play around with the fact that they in this situation. That's another thing about this. Like, they in this situation. So it's like, okay, like, we finna just go out here and just play like we got something else to play for. Like, nah. I don't see Spo doing that. I don't see Jimmy doing that. I don't see Bam doing that. I don't see none of them guys doing that. I think they coming out and they trying to go out there and show people that they're in the playoff mode. Look, Jimmy Butler already came out and started already talking with all the smoke. He can't come out in the playing game and then be talking about, oh, we just gonna, be lollygagging and try to get through it all.
Why
you know
can't
what I'm saying?
he?
Nah, he gotta be locked in. They all gotta be locked
why?
in. If he don't do it, bro, I'm gonna tell you right now, that dude is just all talk to me if he do some shit like that. So yeah, of course that he's supposed to win. They the better team overall from top to bottom. All right. They got the proven guy that's supposed to be quote unquote a playoff riser. This is a playoff moment. Yeah. What are we doing? I've been hearing this all day. I've been seeing it on the TL, Philly this, Philly that. I'm like, what are we? Is the Heat trash? Like, do y'all not believe Jimmy finna lock in or something? Am I confused?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Are you being for real, J. Will? Or are you?
I'm being dead ass.
Oh.
What you trying to say though? What you trying to say?
Because I feel like
He's supposed to be picking the Heat.
But everything he said has been contradicted. Like, they needed to beat Philly a couple weeks ago. They couldn't do that. They needed to beat the Pacers a couple weeks ago. They couldn't do that. And
they playoff mode.
And they could. Well, we're not in the playoffs yet. Just quite frankly, they needed Jimmy to win the first playing game last year, and he also could not do that. So I'm trying to figure out how you're getting here.
Because it's playoff time. That's why.
It's not actually. This is not a playoff game.
Hold on, wait. So the playing game don't have some type of playoff type of stimulation to it?
Well, I mean, the other games had some stimulation, and he wouldn't have been here, and we saw what happened. I don't know. I'm just trying to get some
the regular
clarification.
season games are not win and go home. This win and go home.
Okay, why did?
Well,
it's not win and go home this month. They would have another match.
Hold on, wait. So do you approach?
They'll have another game.
No. Do you approach that like that?
Yeah, because she has a point, Jay Will. And I'm not trying to side, but she literally has a point. You have to win those games. One, avoid the play-in or not being a scenario that you're in right now. And he knew that. I think the whole team knew that. And as the leader of this team, like you're saying, he failed to rise to the occasion and lead to the occasion and make sure we secure those wins. So how can you come now and say, oh yeah, Jimmy Butler's a playoff rider?
They also couldn't do it last year in the play-in.
Like, how can you just say that now versus when she just gave you facts of two different games where it should have been winnable games for us or games we should have won to avoid
also
the play-in?
Didn't show up against the Mavs. Also didn't. I mean, there's like a list of games.
The regular season games ain't. Bro,
Okay,
you
so
know,
But you
but
cannot
they
say
also
you
put
cannot
it last
pencil
year in the
you
play-in.
and you cannot pinpoint regular season games when it's being played in the last couple of weeks of the season when it matters more. Like a game in December and January don't matter like how a game can matter in April or late March. You don't get what I'm saying with that?
yeah, but just because you got another game to play, don't mean that this is still not win or go home. Because if you're
That
not
is
attacking this one like win or
literally
go
what it
home,
means.
and then you say, oh, well, I got another one to play anyway. Like
If you
we could
have
fuck around
another
and
one,
lose.
if you
Like, what are
have
we
another one,
doing?
that is
So they coming
that
out, we're
literally
trying
means
to
it's
win the
not win or
first
go home.
game. Like
I
it's
don't know.
the
I
win
don't
or
think
die.
you watched enough Miami Heat games this year.
It's not even that. If you have another game, that literally means it is not win or go home because you have another game.
That is also true.
We're not. Thank you, OG. I don't understand
No. Talk
what's
to
going on.
what Heavy
Y'all
just
trying to
said.
be so technical,
No.
like we understand at
It's
the end of
not.
the day that's
But
another game to
but
play.
if
We're
okay,
talking
but
about
if
the mentality that
but
you
if
approach the first game like you
oh
approach the last
yeah,
one.
but
That's the situation they in. The
but
regular season games are the same, bro. Come on now.
you're putting what you think his mindset should be. Kiana has put forth examples,
I'm going
including
off his words.
wait, hold on, wait, that's cool. I feel like last year he says similar shit, but anyways, she gave you examples of when they're in the exact same situation, which was last year in the plane, where it's supposedly where it was supposedly supposed to be quote unquote win or go home, even though they have another one after, and they lost
Who they
and then won
play?
the second game. They played Atlanta, right? Who did they play?
I think they lost to the Hawks.
Yeah, Atlanta. They
Yeah,
lost
because
to
we
the
were the
Hawks.
number 2 seed. Yeah.
Okay. Jimmy play bad?
Kyle Lowry
I can't
carried.
remember.
What are we doing?
Kyle Lowry carried that game, no?
Oh, okay.
From what I remember.
I can't remember. Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Kyle had like 30 or something like that, or close to that.
If playoff Jimmy showed up, everybody would be talking about it. That is one thing for sure.
Okay.
And if we're talking about pressure, you can do it the other way, where like this upcoming game will not have the same level of pressure as the game after this one if they lose.
Because they're like, we can handle the Hawks or the Bulls, even though I don't know why they have that mentality, but I'm sure that's the mentality that they have. And I also don't think it's a pressure, because I think that they think they can lose and get the 8th seed, and I think they can beat the Celtics. So they're kind of like, it's kind of like.
Why you say they think they can beat the Celtics? Like, why you just said because they shown that they beat that he did in the past or something, or last year?
Well, I mean, there's like a plethora of quotes you can pick from. Just pick.
Man,
You blame them for thinking they can beat the Celtics, though?
No, I mean, I don't ever want to, crush anybody's dreams or ambitions or anything like that.
But you're talking from I feel like you're trying to like belittle, like you talking.
No,
like,
I'm not.
Oh, y'all the little bros, or they the little bros. Like,
I did not say that at all.
Okay, so I'm just getting them type of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go both real quick. I'm gonna go East. Me personally, before we get to the Western Conference, I think the Chicago Bulls is going to be the only home team to win in these playoff games that we have coming in the next 2 days. I think they tear care of business against the Hawks. I think the Heat, to what Process just said.
That's for you, Mish.
Maxey and Embiid, in that game we just played a couple of weeks ago, like Kiana just said, they came out and had a phenomenal first quarter, and they set the tone. I truly believe this time around, I think Joel Embiid, Jimmy Butler's going to come out, set the tone. I think Bam is going to follow suit. I think Hero's going to follow suit. Caleb just had we played the Raptors, but Caleb been shooting well and playing well for the most part, being more in control. I think Caleb and Jovic and Jaime and hopefully Duncan plays. I think Duncan plays too, as well, like Process just said. He was questionable the other night, but ultimately he didn't play. Or yesterday, but ultimately he didn't play. So I think the Heat get the win on the road. And I think it all starts with Jimmy Butler, similar to what Jay Will just said. We have different reasons, though, but I think it all starts with Jimmy Butler. I think it will come out and set the tone. My main concern is this random neck injury that Terry Rozier had. I think we played them a couple of weeks ago. Terry had about 20-something. He's been shooting well for three from us and been a very, very much needed scoring punch offensively for us, because when we weren't playing with our hero for that month or whatever it was, the offense will get real still and stagnant and not really going. You know what I'm saying? So I really wanted to see Terry and Hero at the same time. Or not even at the same time, but in the same game. I didn't really get to see that too much. So if Terry does play, it'll be a blessing. I think similar to 11-10. I think the lineup stays the same with what it is now, and that's Tyler, Caleb for defensive purposes, Jimmy, Jovic, and Bam. And I think we're pretty good. I think we'll win that game. And then after that, we'll see the Knicks in the first round. So And that's my thoughts. Heat, Bulls, this next
Can
coming
I
2 days.
can I ask Jay Will a question though?
Mm-hmm.
What you want?
Or everybody, but I know he always worries about like comp and how you play against comp and everything like that. So like, I know it's a playing game and everyone, oh, big deal, you should do that. But if Embiid goes out there and he's Embiid and he's better than Jimmy and he wins and he puts on a dominant performance, like does that matter to you at all?
Process. Be so for real.
I want to ask Jay Will because he always says, I don't care what you do here. I don't care what you do against this team. I know. It doesn't mean anything to me. I don't really care about the play-in. We should win. Even if we win, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God.
And he's supposed to do that.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm just saying, you always talk about comp.
Yeah. In a 7-game series, but listen. That's a 7-game series talk. Process. Let me ask you this question. That's a 7-game series talk. Let me ask you this question. Everybody, let me ask you this question. Which team can guard who better than, like, let's say, do y'all believe Philly can guard the Heat better than the Heat can guard Philly, or vice versa?
Yeah, Philly guards the Heat better than the Heat can guard Philly.
Why?
This is live, right?
Yeah. Because your big ass guy gonna drop covers by the white boys coming off.
You know why?
Point shots. And if he come up, they getting rolls to the basket. So how is it easy?
They play 4 white guys. That's why. And they can't guard you.
They just zone you up. They gonna zone you up.
I just talked about the zone. That zone.
Okay, so where's the IQ on the floor to be able to make good plays for other people? Who is coming from?
On the Sixers?
Yeah, tell me.
Everybody. What the hell are you talking about?
Everybody got good IQ?
The only dumbass on the team is Tobias Harris.
Maxey's a good playmaker now. He's a smart player on the ball now. That's what you're telling me. He's gonna dissect his own. That's what you're telling me.
Who?
Tyrese Maxey.
How, bro? What are you talking about? Tyrese Maxey's been doing that all year.
Okay.
He diced the Heat up the last 2 times he played them when they go to that stupid zone. Bro,
listen. Hold on. Let me ask other people. I need other people to chime in.
They went to a zone without Embiid when we didn't have Embiid, and Batum was in the center of the zone.
I'm not gonna lie, Jay Will.
I'm
not gonna lie, Jay Will. Before I get to West 1110 and Heaven Sent and Keanu thoughts as well, right? I truly think.
Man.
Nah, for real. But I also do think it's 50-50. Like, because what I seen from the last time we played them, and it's sad to say, but
they have not a soul to guard Maxey. Not one person.
Okay, well, that's fine. He is an issue, but the reason why I'm not saying percent. Oh yeah, I know for sure we got the guys that can stop them. No, because I literally seen Kyle Lowry check Jimmy Butler the whole entire game. And he played good defense, and also Jimmy did not try to take advantage. And if they
we talk about, and
if they want to switch it, hold on. If they want to switch
right now, coaching.
If they want to switch it, if they want to
guard each team, not players.
If they want to, what can we come up with to stop Maxey? Since you want to label it like that, what can we come up with to stop Maxey?
What you mean? Why would you run man?
So
y'all run a zone.
So
you keep his speed from
getting the zone.
Anybody that's quick, you put zones on.
The zone doesn't work. The zone doesn't. Why are you scheming up for Tyrese Maxey?
Who said we doing that? He asked me a question. I didn't say we scheming up for him.
You just said that.
He asked me how do you stop Maxey?
Why are you can't put a freaking zone to stop Embiid. Forget Maxey. Joel Embiid.
I'm not worried about that, bro.
What?
I'm not worried about
You just say he's supposed to cook, though.
I'm not worried about that, though. I'm not worried about that. He can't win the game all by himself.
You're not worried about Embiid?
I'm not worried about that. He has somebody that can guard him pretty well.
Embiid wasn't good in the zone the last time we played them, though.
Yes, he was passing wise, and everybody else kills you. Embiid's not going to have to go out.
We got back into the game playing zone. Remember process?
First of all, the last game was just a complete game of runs from both teams.
Yeah.
Now
the run started with the zone. Us going zone because y'all was frying us in man.
And then in the fourth quarter, when you went to your zone and you got fried again. Why was that? Oubre made a couple good shots down the stretch. Batum hit a couple big shots, and Maxey hit a lot of big shots.
And we also couldn't score.
That was their fault
because Jimmy didn't want to cook Kyle Lowry.
Oh, wait a minute. So the Heat lost. The Heat lost. The Sixers didn't win. That's what you're telling me.
No, y'all played. No. I mean, it could be a little bit of both, but I'm saying, bro, like we didn't score for like 6 minutes, 7 minutes in that game.
We guard you better than you guard us.
Do y'all agree
That's not what I was talking about. I was talking about the fact that the zone gave y'all issues. Embiid didn't look comfortable when we went zone. I'm sure, like, I think with Nick Nurse, I think y'all will be more prepared, I think, for zone in this coming up game. But the last time we did play, the zone really worked, is what I'm saying.
So while you already talking, give your opinion. Do you think is you agree with Ev that it's 50-50, or do you think that your team can guard them better than their team can guard you?
I feel like it's 50-50.
Okay.
I would agree. I think it's way more even than what Jay Will is trying to.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think it's 64. I'm going 60 Heat.
Nah,
to 40.
it's even, bro.
I ain't saying it's a big gap. I'm just saying.
And you keep bringing up coaching like we got some slouch.
I ain't saying you do. I just think this is what I'm saying. Bam is Embiid's primary, with Spo putting a scheme behind that. You have a great rim protector as well, but I don't think them other guys. I don't really think you have somebody on the perimeter that if Jimmy's locked in, they're gonna cause a problem with Jimmy. I don't think you have a guy.
What, like to defend him?
Yeah.
Oh, you must not know. You must not know. That's.
But I mean, okay, but
you don't watch.
I
You
think
don't watch because I got a fucking dog to guard him.
Who was that? Who's that?
Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre is a dog, and that boy hasn't done shit against us all year. What the hell has Jimmy Butler done against us all year?
You just said Kelly Oubre, my
Jimmy
guy.
process, bro. Jimmy has played one game against Philly, by the way.
In the beginning of the year.
It's only one game he's played.
Hold on. This is the funniest thing. He goes, you name Kelly Oubre, and you start laughing. But in the beginning of the year, me and Jay Will talked about how about all of our role players and all of the players on each team. And he was over here talking about how Jaime Jaquez is going to give us problems, and Jaquez is this and he's not shit.
You got me with that. That's
he
fair.
Sucks.
I'll take that.
Nobody on that bench scares me. Who's on the bench? Who's on the bench in Miami that's going to do shit against us?
What you talking about? Offense or defense?
Both.
I mean, they have good.
Hey, respect my boy Highsmith, bro. He cooked y'all, bro. Respect my boy Highsmith.
Okay, Highsmith.
Respect Haywood.
If you're gonna name Highsmith, you're telling me I can't name Kelly Oubre?
He's a better defender.
He's gonna do a good job against Jimmy Butler.
He's still a better defender. That's not the same thing.
And by the way, the last time we played them, guess who guarded Jimmy? Kyle fucking 35-year-old Lowry. Get the hell out of here, dog.
Bro, I just said locked in Jimmy. I ain't talking about
locked in Jimmy. I just said locked in Jimmy. We haven't seen locked in Jimmy all year.
Okay.
I'm expecting locked in Jimmy on Wednesday.
This shit. So I'm starting to get on the crowd where it's like, fuck that nigga, man. Because I typically don't have anything against Jimmy, but damn, that shit's so fucking fake. And it's so tiring hearing that shit every year. Locked in Jimmy. It's a different Jimmy come April. It's a different Jimmy come May. It's a different Jimmy. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, what you can't live off of a fake ass reputation, which you truly like.
It's fake now.
And playing games he hasn't earned. What has he done in playing games to prove, hey, I'm big bad? Like, he ain't done shit but blow smoke. And you niggas keep gassing this nigga up the way y'all gas up that nigga from. Never mind, I ain't gonna speak on that. Y'all good.
Wait, who are you about to say? You can't do that, bro. No way you just drop.
I'm cool, bro. Go back to the show, bro.
To keep it rocking.
Okay,
bro.
hold on. I think the way that Jay Will is phrasing it is getting some people a little riled up. But I think it is about what type of Jimmy we see. If we see the Jimmy that has shown up against top 5 or 6 teams in the East and West all year, there's no way in God's name they're winning that game. Like, he has to come out with purpose, with intention from the tip-off. And if that doesn't happen, I don't really care who's guarding him. And none of it is really going to matter. And I think that, like, that's the crux of the whole whether they're going to win the game or not, to be honest.
Man, you guys act like he's Debo or something. Like
I agree.
What?
So,
I got Joel Embiid.
My key words was if he's locked in. I just say I don't know for sure he will. That's my key words.
What about a locked-in Joel Embiid? How about that? Well, a locked-in, healthy Joel Embiid. Who the hell is stopping that? What about a locked-in, healthy Joel Embiid? Who's stopping that? Don't give me that Bam nonsense. They run a zone against us because they don't got shit to stop us. Like this
Hey,
is
bro, I don't even know who
They
fucking
run zone
who's
for
looking like
Maxi,
around
to
this
be
time of year,
honest.
bro.
But
So I can't
bro.
answer
They've
that.
been
anyway, this is
running
my
zone
thoughts,
against.
bro.
They've been running zone against us for years. They ran zone against us when we
We
had
run zone
Ben
on everybody,
Simmons.
bro. Like
Yeah, because they
Exactly.
suck.
it's nothing specific for real. We run zone
Okay,
on
what's up?
everybody.
What's up, 11-10? What's up?
But listen,
You can go both games.
I only want to talk about one. But yeah, I'll entertain both. My fault.
Now just pick your winner. Just pick your winner for the second one.
Are you gonna
No,
pick
no, no.
Kobe White?
I don't want to pick the Bulls respectfully. I ain't gonna lie, but that's the boogeyman right there. But you know, for this matchup, Heat Sixers. Oh man, I need to know what's good with Terry. I need to know what's good with Duncan. I would like to have at least one of those guys back. But you know, if one of those guys are to come back, I think they come off the bench. I think Spo runs with the same lineup that we've been using: Hero, Caleb, Jimmy, Jovic, Bam. That way we can have some POA in the lineup where Jimmy doesn't have to do it. Because you know, in that Philly game, we ran with the Rozier, Duncan, Jimmy Jovic, Bam lineup, and y'all completely fried us. Not only did y'all fry us, but we started off really, really slow. And that backcourt, that lineup specifically has gone off to slow starts. A lot of games that we've had. It happened in the Pacers game, it happened in the Philly game. So for me, what I'm going to be looking for is can we get off to a better start offensively? Like we have to be able to have a better start. We can't keep digging ourselves into holes and trying to climb up out of it. So if we can get off to a better start offensively, that helps too. Defensively, obviously we got to figure out a way to slow down Maxi a little bit. Transition, you want to limit Philly in transition, especially Maxi. I've been saying Maxi is always the guy that I fear the most in the Philly matchup for a couple years now because he consistently is just an issue. So we got to find a way to slow him down a little bit. I'll be interested to see what Spo does in that department. But another thing, man, I'm going to focus on is, obviously Jimmy is the popular target, but Bam, bruh. I want to see how we use Bam spacing wise because that last game, Kevin Love had a better game than Bam. Bam had a good third quarter, but he was really bad in that first half. And when Bam was on the court, it made it really easy for Embiid to just sit in the paint because Bam was going to roll every single time, and it just gave like no spacing for any of our guys to drive, like specifically Jimmy, because Jimmy wants to get to the basket. He wants to be in the paint. So what is Bam gonna be looking like off ball? Like when he sets a pick, is he gonna pop? What's the spacing gonna look like? Because we can't allow Embiid to just sit there in the paint. Like it's gonna be difficult to get any points around the basket if we roll with that. So I'm be looking to see what we do with that. Jimmy has to be looking to score right off the bat, bro. If Kyle Lowry's on you, you need to take advantage of it. Shoot right over him, whatever. But you gotta look to score. You gotta look to score. There's been a lot of Jimmy quotes circulating lately. He has to hoop, bro.
He did say I'm going off
If he does not hoop, like he gonna get killed. He gonna get killed on social media, bro. Like there's just so many Jimmy quotes that I'm seeing against my will right now. It's making me nervous. It's making me feel like stupidly locked in, and I don't want that. I don't want that. So Jimmy has to be there. Jimmy has to hoop. Jimmy has to be aggressive. Jimmy needs to look to score. Jovic, he's gonna have to provide spacing, shooting wise. Continue to play well. He's been playing well to end the season, so that's been good. But like I said, bro, I got to see if Terry or Duncan are able to go. Hopefully, one of those guys are there, and we need to get out to a better start, like for sure on both ends of the ball. But like on offense, we started off terribly, so we have to be better on that end. So yeah, that's my thoughts.
So who you got winning?
Oh, we getting the 7 seed, bro. Like we winning, bro.
Okay, so you got them winning. Okay, so she talked on Bam, she talked on the squad, whatever. Ed, Tyler Hero, bro. What can I expect from your boy?
I forgot to mention my boy.
I know you forgot to mention. Let Ed take this though. What are you expecting from your boy, bro?
I promise you, I have zero concerns when it comes to Tyler Hero on the offense, bro.
Oh, now you got zero concerns.
I never have concerns when it comes to Tyler. Y'all be thinking I be joking. I think Tyler Hero knows what's at stake. I think he knows what he got to do, and we're all just here for this. Everybody that's in this stage, that's in this room, is a part of the journey because y'all gonna be like, "Damn, Ed was right." When we
I'm
win
not a
this
part of nothing, honey.
yeah, everybody that's on this stage,
I was
in this
gonna
room,
say how I
is gonna
get
be
pulled
like,
into this.
"Damn, Ed was right," because he know he listen. He's on a mission.
Bro, playing well only
On-
improves his trade value, bro.
That's fine,
He
and I'm not
shouldn't
against
have to be
that.
motivated. Fuck
I'm
you
not
talking
against
about.
that. I'm not
Fuck
against.
you talking about.
I am a Miami
It
Heat
was
fan.
Stinky with Tyler. The office looked stinky without
But
Tyler.
how has he been playing? How has he been playing since he
journey.
returned from
I'm
injury?
not
No,
here.
how has he been playing since he returned from injury? Though we're talking about him as a player. He been pretty fine offensively. He
But
been
it
pretty.
hasn't changed y'all's offense.
He been fine. I
So
think.
this is about Tyler Hero.
Well, we had two bum games in the recent thing though. We had the Raptors twice, so I can't really put much stock into that. And who else did he play against? I don't even think he even played against any really good teams for first. I can't really comment on how we looked offensively.
He played the Pacers, Rockets,
Hawks, and Mavs. I think. Yeah, I think in the Hawks and the Mavs.
Yeah, Rockets, Pacers, Atlanta, Dallas, Toronto, twice.
The Pacers game was defense. I can go out there and say that right now. Horrible game defensively. But other than that, like the way he been playing offensively and the way the team looks when he's on the court, it's a whole different world with or without Tyler Hero offensively. Like the offense is definitely better with Tyler Hero on the court because the things that he operates in the pick and roll well. I think he passes well, and then he also shoots well. He's a good scorer, so he's been fine to me. And so Jay, I have no concerns, bro. I think I literally mean this. I think Jimmy is going to set the tone, and I think Bam and Hero is going to follow. I think the last game against Philly, I could be wrong, but Bam started like 1 for 11 or something like that, and finished 6 for 15. So he got to perform better. He got to shoot better. He got to be better. And I truly think that'll happen. But 11-10, before I go to Heaven and Kiana to move us before we move to the West, before we move to the West, does everybody who has the Hawks winning that game? Let me just ask that 11-10. Do you have the Hawks or the Bulls?
I got Hawks.
J. Will Hawks, okay. What you got, Wes?
Yeah, come back to me. I'm gonna think.
Haven't sent Wes.
I had the Bulls.
Kiana going against the Hawks.
Why you got the Bulls?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm not gonna lie. I'm surprised.
Why?
I'm not. The Bulls play the Hawks very well.
But you love the Hawks. You rock with the Hawks. Like,
Hello.
I will.
Hello.
Saying that.
Hello.
I'm not lying.
I'm not saying you a Hawks fan. You like watching them play though.
Hello.
That is dead ass not your bag.
Do you,
you like what? Yeah, but you like. So do you like watching the Hawks play?
Stop saying that.
She was watching them because she had a bet.
Okay, Kiana.
Man, what?
I'm glad the rest of the chat listens to me because clearly
a bet going on.
That's the only reason she watched the Hawks.
Kiana.
That's what she was watching them because she had a bet.
Kiana.
And I got my
outside of the Celtics, who was the second most watched team for you this year?
That's none of your business.
See, come on, and I'm in here tripping. Come on, man. Like,
but now,
come on.
It's a tie between the other 3 teams in the East. I watched a hell of a lot of Heat games, a hell of a lot of Bucks games, and a hell of a lot. I watched the Bucks.
Hey, y'all ain't never seen Kiana prioritize going to see the Charlotte Hornets play, and she live in Charlotte. And she's prioritized going to see the Atlanta Hawks play, and she's 4 hours from Atlanta, bro. Stop playing, bro. You know the deal, bro. We ain't got to play games here, bro.
She's like watching the Hawks, bro. It ain't nothing wrong with it. They got Trae Young.
No. I have been to several Celtics games in Charlotte, and I went to Atlanta because it was the playoffs. Like, for real.
We got it.
All right, so Chicago. I sound like everybody got Chicago. Heaven said, I didn't hear you. Heat, Sixers, Bulls, Hawks, and then we headed to the West.
Caruso got me. I'm picking Chicago.
What about Miami and
And I kind of want, like, just for what I want from myself in my future, I would prefer the Hawks to lose. Huh?
Who you saying huh to?
No, you were gonna ask me another question, so I said huh.
What made you think that?
I just say hearing things, bro.
Because you said
I didn't say nothing.
no, because you said okay, but I could
look.
No, he said okay, or and then I
didn't even say nothing yet.
But look,
okay, my bad.
Regardless who win between Philly and Heat, everybody up here believe that whoever lose that game, they win the next.
Yeah, well, I do. Yeah.
Everybody up here.
I think if it's a clutch game between the Chicago Bulls and the Miami Heat, honey, you best believe.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm doing a live bet, and I am betting on the Bulls. If it's
What?
a close clutch game down the stretch, you best believe it, honey.
Shiver me
wow.
timbers.
Why?
It shivered me
Why?
timbers.
Why?
The
Because y'all
Bulls just
are
lost a clutch game
horrible.
yesterday. They just lost a clutch game yesterday.
They did, but that's one game out of 82. So we're not going to use that as an indictment of them in clutch games. Come on, Everett, please.
Wow.
Call
So
me F.
process. If you lose to the Heat.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. All right.
All right, we going.
But-
We got.
You're not afraid of Trae Young doing what he did to y'all in 21, right?
Shut up, bro. Let's just.
You're not afraid of that?
You live in the past. Move
Oh,
on.
okay. All right. I'm just saying. He can do it again, bro.
2021.
He can do it again.
We gotta-
Don't be mad at me.
We gotta
Move on to the West, Ev, because I got something to say about that.
All right, we got a couple of more topics to get to today. So we're gonna move to the West real quick and shout out to everybody that contributed and talk about the East Side. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Fact and Stats on YouTube. Also follow all the platforms at Fact and Stats_. It's a daily show at 11 a.m. Eastern time. You can get news on that via Twitter. So make sure you all follow the Twitter page. Next, the first game tomorrow. It's funny, we just seen it yesterday. We just seen the Wolves and the Suns play yesterday, but now a playoff series. We're not gonna talk about that yet. And now we just seen the Lakers and the Wolves play yesterday. They're now a play-in game. Lakers took care of business, start to finish. They won 124 to 108. LeBron was phenomenal. I am very, very curious to hear who y'all have winning that game. Y'all can't explain those games tomorrow. Y'all can't explain why on the back end, or you can just pick your winner, and then we can continue to move forward. For me, I'll start off real quick while I'm already talking. I predicted the Lakers to take care of business yesterday. I think they take care of business again tomorrow. Again, I only have one home team winning in these playoff games, Tuesday and Wednesday, and that is the Chicago Bulls on Wednesday. So I think the Lakers win tomorrow, and then I think the Kings go on the road again in Sacktown and win a very much game for them to potentially try to make the playoffs. Mainly because I think De'Aaron Fox. See, the thing about the Kings, they need Malik Monk.
You said you got the Kings doing what?
I said the Warriors. I got the Warriors winning. The
Oh,
Warriors.
okay.
Yeah. And I think it's mainly a lot of that is due to Fox not having his running mate. I think Malik Monk, the pressure that Monk and Fox put on the Warriors defensively last year and throughout this season as well is night and day. So with Monk not being there and just Fox a bonus, and you will see a Keegan Murray game probably. Maybe Keon Ellis is hitting his threes and being a 3-and-D wing, I'll say, or 3-and-D guard, whatever you want to call him. Ultimately, I don't think that's probably going to be enough. I think Curry rises to the occasion. I think the Warriors have a big game tomorrow. Draymond, Clay, all those guys. And I'm voting with the Warriors to win that one. And that's it. Warriors and Lakers tomorrow for me. Anybody else can go. Process, you said you had a lot to say. What you had to say, bro?
No, we talked about this all year with the Pelicans. Bro, they are not good. They're not good. And now they have a chance to miss the playoffs. I said that they don't have an identity. They don't have a guy to run the team, the offense. And everyone gassed up their defense because they go by, oh, look at their net rating. They're top 10 all year. Net ratings are fake. They're lies. They're not real statistics. They're
You're
just
so silly,
they're
dude.
stupid.
You're so
They're
freaking
stupid.
silly,
So
bro.
now Wes is saying I'm stupid because he was one of the people.
I said
Now,
silly. I didn't call you
let's just
stupid.
get this. Let's just get all this straight. They're gonna lose tomorrow to the Lakers. Then they're gonna have a chance to get to the 8th seed. And I will guarantee you, maybe what's his name? Jay Will's the only one that'll pick them against OKC. But everybody else that I had that conversation with, that I said they're not going to beat this team in the playoffs if they get there. Nobody's going to pick them against OKC because nobody's picking them against.
Are you picking them to beat the Warriors in the next playing game?
Maybe that's a toss up. That's
Bro, Jay Will just picked them against OKC last night, bro. So stop.
Yeah, I'm saying in a series he's going to pick them, right? He's the only one. But
no, he's not. I was in a space
right now.
Last night, 5 different niggas picked them against OKC.
Well, they're all stupid. So
okay.
Who you picking, Pelicans or Warriors?
I don't know. What if the Warriors don't beat the Kings?
If they beat them, how about that?
Bro, I'm going with Steph. And then that great team isn't even going to be in the playoffs, like I said, because they suck.
Okay, then if the Kings beat the Warriors, who you?
The Pelicans.
Okay, now when you brought this Pelicans point up, do you know they was the 5th seed, almost going to get the 4th seed before Ingram's injury?
Right now, what are they?
So no, you're trying to use this point where They injury cost their season. That's why they in this playing
It doesn't
situation.
matter. It doesn't matter because they're healthy now and they're gonna.
It doesn't mean that they not good though. You're trying to make it seem like they not good.
Bro, Jay Will, they're healthy now. And you told me that they can beat anybody in the West except Denver, the Lakers, and I think you said the Suns, maybe?
Yep.
The Suns. So it doesn't matter because guess what? They're not even going to have to play any of those teams in the first round, even if they get the 7th seed if they get 7, they play Denver and it's curtains for them.
Bro, your whole point was that they not good. I'm telling you, you're wrong. They got injured.
Okay.
They end up in the play-in. That's the whole point.
Okay, so if they get the 8th seed and they lose to OKC in 5 games, are you going to say I was right?
That they wasn't good?
Yeah.
If they lose in 5, I'll tell you they wasn't good. I'll tell you they was decent. If they lose in 5 games, that's not gonna happen though.
And they're gonna lose. You got them losing to the Clippers? I mean, the Lakers
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bro, this nigga so smug.
And if they play the Warriors, who do you have?
Your bum ass Sixers. You got your bum ass Sixers. And
we on the West.
Regardless of what y'all, bro, I don't care, bro. Regardless of what y'all won, regardless of like Embiid being hurt, y'all won the games y'all won. And you believe in your squad based off of Embiid alone. And nobody is up here saying, this so ass, blase, blah. You got to stop this silly shit.
Yeah, but I don't have them losing.
You've been on this silly shit all year. They won 49 games, and their second best player missed the last 2-3 weeks of the season. What are we doing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's so silly, bro.
They would have been a 4th seed. You know that, right? They could have been a 4th seed.
It has nothing to do with them falling off because Ingram was out. They're going to be in the playoffs maybe. And in the playoffs, they're not going to make any noise because they're not good. That was my whole point. Like that
was literally what he was saying weeks ago. I really remember that.
It has nothing to do. It has
about them not being a good team.
Eb, do you agree they not good?
What does that got to do with? I'm explaining how Process said what he said.
Regardless, bro, he said they want to be a top 10 seed, bro. Y'all back up goofy shit all the fucking time. He said they want to be a top 10 seed. He was wrong. He said they wouldn't be a top 10 seed. He was wrong. That is what happened early in the season. Early in the season.
He never said that. He never said that.
Top 10 offense.
Because that means you would have had the Rockets being top 10. He never said that. That's a lie.
No, bro, I said that the Rockets aren't the team that had to be top 10.
Who is it then?
It wasn't just that. They had the Warriors, and it was another team outside of that. And he said, bro, I don't remember. I know that he said they wouldn't be top 10, though. He argued that earlier in the season, bro. So I don't have to do this.
I never said they're not going to be
because Ja was.
Yeah, when Ja came,
it was not.
It was. No. Yes, it was. It was again.
Because Ja just came back.
Y'all are lying, bro.
No, we're not. We had a conversation before Ja even got back. And he was saying this.
Look.
Oh my God!
Can I just make the point real quick?
The Pels. I got the Pels versus the Lakers, bro.
Okay.
And even if they lose, I have them getting out of the freaking play-in. And they regardless of them losing to OKC, it doesn't mean they're a bad team. He's fucking chatting, bro. Y'all let this goofy shit go on all the time. That shit.
Bro, you just like them. You just like them. You just like them.
Oh, bro, you just say dumbass shit, bro.
Look, listen.
You don't have to get in your feelings. Hold on.
They won 49 games, and their second best player missed hella games in the season.
How about you attack what he said though? He said
no. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing.
Y'all not attacking what he said. Y'all attacking old shit.
Listen,
I'm attacking what he just said.
He said they
we
suck.
attacking what he said.
He played with offensive identity.
We don't need that, nigga. He said they suck. He was wrong. That's what I'm attacking, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm not wrong. Go ahead.
He came in initially talk about
why did he say they suck, Wes? Why did he say they're not good or why they suck?
What?
Why did he say they're not good or they suck?
He's silly when it comes to the
because his first reason is they dropped to the play-in.
No, that was not his first. No, that was not. Here's my problem. His first reason was. Hold on. His first reason was the offensive identity,
which isn't true. They don't have an identity offensively.
Yes, that was it. Attack that.
He's lying. He's talking about things that aren't true, and you're backing it just because you don't know how to stand on your own. Be a man, nigga.
What are you talking about?
Stop running behind Process all the time, nigga. Let Process sink on his own, bro. Stop sinking with Process every time he gets into some pickle that he really can't get out of. You jump on the bed with, I got to defend Process. Stop doing that shit, man. He said something that was incorrect. It was
You lost
incorrect
me,
on
bro.
multiple facets.
You
And you sit
lost
here
me, bro.
backing this like you do every time. Stop doing that.
It's
He
not
was
like you got
wrong. And
something.
it's okay
It's like
to
you got
hold your
something going
brother
on with
accountable.
him.
He was
It's like you
wrong.
got something going on
It's
with him.
okay
That
to
don't got
say
nothing
that,
to do with me,
nigga.
bro.
What are we doing?
You got something going on with him. That don't got nothing to do with me. So I'm gonna
Nigga,
bypass
I'm
that, bro.
addressing you for how you
You're not
act
addressing
every time
me.
Pastor
You said
says
I'm on his
something
side. I'm
wrong.
on nobody's side. I'm just talking. Look at my face. My face
What
I'm
you
in a good
talking, nigga? I'm
mood.
telling you what I
I'm in a
think you
good
Hey,
are
look.
mood.
doing.
What are you talking?
Like,
Yo,
I'm
look,
telling
look.
you why I don't like what you do when it comes
Hey,
to
look.
Pastor.
Every time.
What are you talking about? What did I do?
Listen.
What the fuck?
So look.
All right, bro. Now
West
niggas
already
got
put it on wax. He got the Pelicans beating the Lakers. Ev, you got Lakers over Pels?
I got Lakers and
Process?
Yeah.
I got the Pelicans, but real quick.
You got the Pelicans beating the Lakers?
No. I'm sorry. I got the Lakers.
Okay.
But real quick, back to the whole thing, because every time we talk about this, West gets
we might as well say forget it, bro, because it's gonna
no.
prolong, bro.
I just want to say what I said. First of all, not one time, Jay Will, did I say, look what happened. They dropped to the play-in. I didn't say that once. I never said anything. I know why they dropped. I understand that Brandon Ingram getting hurt.
What are you talking about? I didn't say that. Jay Will said that.
No, I just said
that.
Jay Will. I just said Jay Will. I didn't say your name. I
My
said
name first.
Jay Will.
So
I said every time we talk.
Your name, bro.
he did say Wes.
Yeah, I said every time we talk about this, Wes gets mad. But then I said Jay Will. When you said, I said they dropped to the play-in. I never said that. I never said anything about them being in the play-in. All I said is now look at what's going to happen.
Okay.
Nobody. I didn't. It's recorded. You can go back and look. I said they're going to lose to the Lakers, and then they're going to be in a one-game predicament with the Warriors. I think the Warriors are going to win against the Kings, and then who knows from there. And then I said when they get to the 8th seed, if they do, they're going to lose to the Thunder. And all I was referring to is back when we had this conversation, people were saying, "Oh, they could beat the Thunder. They could beat the Thunder." And I'm telling you now, I guarantee you, a lot of those people that were saying they could beat the Thunder are not saying that now. They're not a good team. They don't have an identity. That was my whole point. And not one time throughout this year did I say that team isn't going to make playoffs. This is what I said, Wes. I can name 10 teams that will beat them in the playoffs. You misunderstood it. It's fine. I never said they will not make playoffs. That's all I'm trying to get out. I never said they won't be in the playoffs. I never said that they're not going to be in the playoffs. I said I can name 10 teams that will beat them. And by the way, in the middle of the season, I said I was wrong about that. There's probably like 7 or 8.
Do you remember that combo, Jay?
Yeah, I remember that.
But we're not going to miss playoffs.
Listen. So listen. The whole thing is he's trying to define that as a team that's not good. Defining a team being good. That's the whole point. Okay, that's number one. Number two, when it comes down to, you wanted me to ask a question. You said, yo, if they lose in 5 games to the Thunder, will I take it back? I'd be like, okay, cool. 5 games is like, yeah, bro. You're like, to the Thunder, okay, cool. If they go 6 or 7, are you willing to say they were good? Regardless if they lose?
No. I'm going to say what you said. They're decent.
If they go 6 or 7 games?
They're decent. You said if they lose in 5,
I
you're
want
going
to
to say
live in
they're
La La
decent.
Land. This shit is
like they're going to be there. First of all, they might not even get to the 8th seed, and secondly, you said that they can beat the Thunder. There's no way you still would take them to beat the Thunder today.
He just did it yesterday, bro.
Well,
like
he's a liar.
He believes it, and it's okay,
bro.
Like,
so process. You have your winners.
The Pels are not ass. I don't like that's such a
process. You have your winners. Jay Will, who you have winning tomorrow, bro? In them 2 games.
Warriors and Lakers.
Kiana, what you got tomorrow?
The Lakers, and then it's Warriors and Kings.
Yeah.
I guess the Warriors. They're at home, right?
Nah, Kings are.
The Kings are. Well, I think they're a better road team this year. I think.
All right, Heaven Sent, what you got for tomorrow?
Yeah.
For tomorrow?
Yeah, Lakers, Pels, Warriors, Kings.
Lakers. I'll pick Warriors. Lakers, Warriors.
Okay. 11-10 in West.
I'm with
11-10 ain't left us yet.
No, I'm still here. My pick is I'll go with Lake Show. And listen. Light the beam, bro. Light the beam.
Light
They're gonna
the
shock the world. They're gonna shock the world. It's gonna be tough though. I'm not fully confident in that pick. I think losing Monk is a big deal. They don't have nearly as much offensive juice.
Her and her
And
canes, man.
nah, bro. I just And Sabonis, he didn't play well against the Warriors in the playoffs last year. So let's see if he shake back in this playing game. So I'm gonna go with the Kings, bro.
All
I'll
right.
be the only one to do it.
Warriors will win.
I'll be the only one to do it.
Warriors will win because Curry always turns into somebody different when he plays them. So Warriors.
What about the first game, though? I know how you feel about the Pels. I know how you feel about the
I
Lakers.
already answered.
I missed it, bro. I can't get an update.
No.
He got the
Yeah,
Pels.
He had the Pels. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So, like, God damn, my bad. All right. Well, listen, we got the playing predictions real quick. Is there another game? Should we? No, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think so. Yeah, we got the playing predictions real quick. I don't know. Was it Jay Will heaven sent? I don't know.
If Steph don't beat the Kings, I'm gonna bring this back up, Bev.
No, what heaven sent? No. No.
Please,
no.
God, no. No.
No. We got two more topics, I believe. So might as well go ahead there.
I think the thing about it is it's like when it comes to disappointment for the teams being in the play-in, like how much do y'all factor in? Like you truly can be how disappointed are people when it comes to the Heat, Philly, Lakers, Warriors specifically? I don't know if that many people is disappointed about the Pels or either the Kings or the Bulls or the Hawks. I don't think that people are, but I think the Pelican fans can say they could be disappointed from a standpoint that if they didn't get injured, they wouldn't be in the situation. So I think that's understandable. But I think the other teams in the play-in also can say the same thing. Or do y'all feel like some of these teams in the play-in, they do regardless of injury, like they shouldn't be here?
Lakers.
I'm only disappointed with two teams. Yeah, going into the season, not even just myself. I think most people. I don't really want to speak on anybody else. But for me, my prediction for like record-wise and top three seeds was Nuggets, Lakers, Suns. Can't remember if it was Suns, Lakers, or Lakers, Suns, however the order. But those were my top three teams going into the season, which I think was pretty fair. Obviously, the Kings did what they did. Obviously, the Wolves remained who they are, and the Clippers, and it was the fourth seed. The Clippers were my fourth seed anyway when I had my little ranking or whatever the case may be. So I'm mainly disappointed with the Lakers and the Heat. Honestly, I think the Heat didn't capitalize on the opportunity that they had in front of them because I think every single team above the Heat this year dealt with or had major injuries to super key guys, right, on their roster. Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson as well, Evan Mobley, Darius Garland, outside of the Celtics. I'm trying to think of team on top of my head. Pacers, Halliburton hamstring.
Embiid.
Thank you, Embiid. So y'all get my point. Every team above the Heat had major injuries, and you cannot keep.
Orlando had a bunch of injuries too.
Yeah, and even Orlando, and you can't. Yeah, facts. You can't keep your same team intact for the most part, and add a rookie. Who, don't get me wrong, he started the season off pretty strong, so he looked like he's gonna be a good player, which I still think he is. And Jaime, and you add Terry Rozier, and at the end of the day, you still end up in the play-in. So I'm mainly disappointed with the Heat and the Lakers because I feel like both of those teams had enough and or should not have been in the same scenario as last year. Mainly the Lakers because LeBron and AD both played 70. Didn't they both play 70 games or something like that? Like I know they both played 65 plus, so that's good enough. I think AD played like 70 something, like 75, 76, something like that. It's off the top of my head. I'm sorry. So yeah, Lakers kept their team intact as well. Obviously they added some guys around the margins and Christian Wood, who got hurt, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish, Gabe Vincent, Spencer Dinwiddie, things of that nature, while keeping Rui, Reeves, D'Lo re-locked up. So for another year or two, or whatever the contract is. So the Heat and Lakers are the main thing for me. I think both of those teams should be disappointed. Outside of everybody else that's in there, Philly's understandable. Hawks, Bulls, you expect that. Pelicans, you know what happened, the Brandon Ingram injury. And the Warriors and Kings. I had the Kings falling out to the play-in anyway, and the Warriors just who the Warriors are for me. So team wise.
Wow, that Kevin Durant quote is crazy, Wes. What you think, 11-10?
Yeah, bro, I'm very highly disappointed that we end up playing. I said it before. I said if we end up in the playing this year, I'll be extremely disappointed, and that's what happened. We end up playing
Injury's not no
again.
excuse for you.
I mean, I think it is. I mean, it's a big part of it.
Mhm.
You know, you can argue we kind of overachieved if you want to say, given the fact we had like a franchise record of starting lineups. I think health, man, was one of the biggest disappointments for me. I thought we would be healthier this year. You know, Hero only played half the season. You know, like that's super disappointing. You know, Jimmy missed time. Bam missed a little bit of time. We had a stretch where we didn't have any white boys available, pretty much. I hate to say it, but those
Need
are
the
the
white
guys that give
boys.
us spacing.
Sure. Need the
So, you
white boys.
know, Kevin got hurt. Duncan, he was an Iron Man for like majority of the season. Then a back issue came up. Then Terry got this random neck. You know, Josh Richardson, his shoulder, he's out for the season. So it's just a lot of injuries. But even with that, I felt like we had opportunities, you know, to not be in the play-in, and we squandered them. You know, we lost to teams we shouldn't have. We had an awful October and an awful January. We had that 7-game losing streak that just, for some reason, you know, we lost to a lot of teams that in that stretch that, you know, probably we shouldn't have. You know, we lost to the Grizzlies. We lost to a DeJounte game winner. We lost to the Raptors also. And we played the Raptors team right after Pascal got traded. So, and then the Wizards, obviously the Wizards loss was crazy. So, I mean, even with the injuries, we had opportunities to not be in this position. So, extremely disappointed with the Heat. And, you know, the Lakers, I thought they would be top 16 for sure. So, seeing them be where they are, you know, that stretch that they had after the in-season tournament is what really, you know, cost them in terms of being able to be a lock for top 6 because after they went through that stretch, they were pretty consistent. You know, they were consistently a really great offense and they were winning a good portion of their games, but that period of the season after the in-season tournament really hurt them. So, yeah, I would say Lakers, Heat, and Philly. I think with Philly, I think it was just unfortunate. You know, I think Maxey did as good a job as you can to keep the team somewhat afloat. But the Embiid injury, obviously, you know, was a big loss for them. So I think for Philly, it's more of unfortunate. I don't know if I would say disappointment for them.
Process, you feel the same way?
Yeah, I mean, about the whole season in general.
Yeah. Like you being in the play-in, like it's like a
Yeah, it sucks just because of injury. If Embiid doesn't get injured, we're a top 3 seed, maybe number 2.
okay.
So it
Definitely
really just
number 2 process.
yeah, probably number 2. So like you know, and it's the good thing. The crazy thing is,
I don't know why Jay Will looking confused.
yeah, I don't know why
You don't
either.
think it would be a second seed, Jay Will?
I mean, if you want to get all nerdy, Jay Will, their win pace with
They
Embiid.
would have been locked second seed, bro. You tripping?
Yeah.
So what's that? What 55 games? 54?
Don't
Their
matter.
win
They would
pace
be
was-
second
their
seed,
win
bro.
pace was something ridiculous with Embiid in the lineup. But anyway,
Okay.
it was like 65. But obviously that's not reality because it wouldn't have been 65. But we're easily winning 55 games if he plays. But it sucks because in the beginning of the season, everyone wrote us off, and even I was more like, I don't know what the hell is going to happen with this year because remember in the beginning of the year, James Harden was a Sixer, so nobody knew what was going to happen. We make the trade, and we end up playing really well, and I think it's all due to Nick Nurse, not all of it, but most of it, because the way he's changed the environment of the Sixers, the way he changed our scheme, the way he changed the way we approach games and the way we play. It was completely different. And Embiid was on his way to have probably one of the greatest NBA seasons you can put together. I mean, his statistics, the way he was playing defense, the way we were able to win, what he had around him. Because when we made the trade, everyone's like, "Look who they got. They got nobody. They got this. They got crap. You know, we just got picks." And then they were like, "Well, are you going to package Embiid? Who are you going to trade Embiid for?" And it ended up being a hell of a season. And shout out to my number 2 option, who is a bona fide number 2, Tyrese Maxey. He kept his team afloat, like 11 said.
Bona fide.
Bona fide number 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Nah.
He kept this team afloat as good as anybody could without losing not only your best player, but your defense. Like Embiid doesn't get credit for this at all.
It's bullshit.
His
Go ahead.
defense is by far one of the best in the NBA. He anchors a defense every year, and every time he plays on the court, since he started playing full seasons in 2018, the Sixers have had a top 10 defense every single time he plays on the court, and when he steps off the court, that shit goes down to like the high teens. But he's ridiculous how great defensively he is. So we lose that, and then we lose 35 points a game, 12 rebounds a game, and we were able to stay close to 500, like a few games under 500. And Maxey was a big part of that. Picking up Kyle Lowry actually really helped. I wasn't like that big of, I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but he helps because he helps Maxey play more off ball, which is good for Maxey too. Where when we didn't have anybody like that, Maxey would have to play straight on ball and try and do everything. Having Lowry like orchestrate the offense has helped Maxey tremendously. But it was a great season. I mean, we were literally talking about Embiid trades in the offseason. So the fact that we were on pace to win that many games and probably be the second seed is just great. I mean, obviously injuries happen. It sucks. That was the biggest, thing that screwed our season up. But if not, we probably would have been great. But, it is what it is. He's back now for the most important stretch of the season. So I'd rather have a healthy Embiid in the playoffs than a hurt Embiid and a healthy regular season. But he was on a special run, J. Will. He probably would have won unanimous MVP. No bullshit. I swear to God, all my life.
Okay. All right. Well, Heaven take us away with the last segment. We good.
The last segment.
Check your phone.
Sure. Hold on. You texted it to me?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Chewy, like I'm your bestie, so we be talking so much. Oh, that's what I was trying to do, and Ev told me not to go there. This shit is insane.
No, let's stop it.
Just
Stop
don't start
it.
with that team.
Is this about who I think it is, bro?
No, it's not.
Okay, so we can just go with somebody else. Let's start with Miami. Okay, all of this talk about Jimmy Butler and him being a playoff riser, and how a lot of his ranking is due to his playoff performances. If the Miami Heat are unable to make the play-in, do you think the conversation around Jimmy Butler will shift? Sorry, the playoffs. Do you think the conversation around Jimmy Butler will shift?
11 team want me to go, or anybody? I'll take it.
I think that question applies to team and player.
Okay.
I kind of want to hear what they got to say about Jimmy Butler first, and then I'll shift it to team. But I really want to hear what they have to say about Jimmy Butler.
Okay. Go ahead, Ev, bro.
I think it's a mixture around.
Pick it off, bro.
I genuinely think it's a mixture around what people say about Jimmy. You have the people that say, oh, no matter what, when Jimmy is locked in, they're a threat regardless. And you also have the people that believe, oh, that locked in Jimmy or playoff Jimmy is not a real thing. So it's a mixture. I do think if the Heat somehow, some way happen to not make the playoffs, a lot of people is going to now then move over to the side where, oh, playoff Jimmy is not a real thing. We got to stop taking this quote serious. I'm not listening to nothing else that he said no more going forward, And then as far as the team, I think when you have the level of success that they had throughout this last 4 years, and you don't really make any major improvements, at some point you're gonna crash. And I think if I had it just off the top of my head, all the improvements that he did over the last 4 or 5 seasons, as far as like actually bolstering the roster, Kyle Lowry, Oladipo, Kevin Love, and a buyout, and now Terry Rozier, and I'm probably missing somebody. I think those were the main moves that they did to actually bolster the roster in pursuit of a championship. But as far as a lot of different things that he could have did, and you can start small, a backup center, a consistent guy that can play the 4 next to Bam. I think those are things that he didn't take advantage of. And also maybe even trading Tyler Hero to get another star player that they've been in the mix for. I don't really want to say on names right now, but y'all know. So I think
according to you, it's one player. It's not like it's a bunch of people.
Yeah. I'm not playing your games. But
am I making something up?
No, but come on now.
Okay.
Come on now. But I mean,
you made it seem like it was a list or something.
If we don't make the playoffs, I think I think I think it's a crash. I think things will blow. Hopefully, I think the roster will change, and then you have to consider what you're gonna do with Jimmy Butler as far as the contract. So the Heat gonna face some real deep reality conversation this summer if they don't make the
You
playoffs.
think they should move off of Jimmy Butler?
Because Pat Riley said.
Do you think they should move off of Jimmy Butler?
Pat Riley said last summer, outside of Jimmy, we're going to have another 25 point per game score, whether that be Hero or Bam, but one of them got to take that leap. Unfortunately, neither one of those guys took the leap this year offensively, really, statistically. So they're both around.
I have a question
they're
about
both
that
around.
before you get too deep in your answer.
I don't know if he gonna answer.
I'm gonna answer.
Go ahead.
I'll ask. I don't think he's gonna answer, but we'll give it a whirl. We'll give it a twirl. Do you think Bam is close to his offensive ceiling, or do you think there's another, good large stride that he can make there? Or do you think we're kind of capped out?
Yeah, I wouldn't say large. But I do think there's another level that he can tap into in the last month or 3-4 weeks, whatever he's been displaying that, and that's mainly 3-point shot. I think if Bam truly adds that to his game, that's another level. Is it a large, super duper level? I'm not saying that, but it's another level offensively because then it makes him more of a threat, and not even just a pick and roll lob game.
You serious?
Not even just a pick and roll lob game.
Yeah, you saw me.
You serious?
Also, is there another level that he can get to offensively? And over the last month of basketball, Bam been shooting more threes. Like he does that with consistent rate and knock it down. Yeah, that is another level that he can tap into. Yes, I'm serious. I don't see what the issue with that is. And in heaven sense, to respond to your question, do I want to trade Jimmy Butler? Well, it depends on how we go out. And my first thought is never to trade Jimmy. My first thought is to always trade the guy that's around Jimmy and Bam. So some way, somehow get better in that aspect first because Jimmy and Bam are the two stars on his team. So that's my quick thoughts as far as Jimmy, the conversations in the team in general.
Solution turning Bam in the chat.
Yeah, that's crazy. But
not necessarily Chet. I'm not just saying, that's going to be something he's going to be doing game in and game out. But I'm saying if he add that to his game, where's another dimension?
You got it, bro.
So you realistically think that people are gonna go out there and eventually start guarding Bam out there?
If he knocks him down and stays consistent, yeah, I do.
How many threes do you think he needs to attempt per game for people to go out there and actually respect him?
It depends on attempts and makes though. Like you can just attempt but not make. So it's like say he attempts 4 per game or say he attempts that's too many, but say 3 or 4 and every other game he's knocking down 1 or 2.
Nobody's gonna go out there to guard him.
Well, that's fine. It's about his game. If nobody's gonna go out there and guard you, knock him down. Simple. Like what do you mean?
I know, but he's been okay.
You asked me what can he add to his game, and I told you what I think he should add.
But we wanted a real answer. We all feel kind of played right now.
All right, well that's fine. I think the typical answer is him finishing around.
Relying on Tyler Hero to scale up and Bam to shoot threes. What a fucking clowns.
11-10, what was your answer?
On what?
The repercussions, the narrative around your team if you don't make the playoffs, players and team.
Truth is, I'm tired. That's how I feel about it. Obviously, if Jimmy doesn't perform, that's gonna be really, really not ideal. Given the fact that this season I haven't really been impressed with how Jimmy's played this year. Early to start the season, some of our struggles. We were injured going into the season, but Jimmy was not good like that first month of basketball. And we were also awful in the fourth quarter. And, and that relied on, Jimmy, which our clutch time offense, revolves around Jimmy, and he just wasn't good. And then post All-Star break, he hasn't been really post All-Star break Jimmy where he typically ramps up and, starts playing, more of a, all NBA type of player. So with the quotes that are going on right now and stuff, if he's not good, he's 34, I think right now. So he's obviously a guy who can't really consistently play throughout the entire regular season because he has to preserve his body and stuff. So it wouldn't be a good look. And then, if we fall short, whether that's in the plan or first round, whatever. Yeah, I mean, you got to take a look on the offseason on what to do. And by all means, bro. I don't know what you can do because I think we had opportunities to. This is the same thing that happened last offseason. I was worried. I said, listen, I don't want to go 2 years in a row of having an opportunity to make a marginal move and not make it because you're hunting after a star. And we got played twice, twice in a row. 2 times in a row we got played, bro. We didn't get Dame, and I was like, listen, bro, like this whole Dame stuff is cool. Before Dame officially announced the trade and request or whatever, I said, bro, all we need is a marginal move. Like we don't have to necessarily go big or go home. Like you can get things around the corner to help the team out, and we haven't done that. So we made a mid-season trade to get Terry, and we traded Kyle. But funny enough, like the year prior, we could have potentially traded for Kyrie, but the team said, "Oh no, Lowry, we're not trading you. You're good." And we ended up trading Kyle the very next season. So I mean, listen, man, the front office, they're a little too late. They're really slow on building out on a more ideal roster. And I mean, it is what it is. Like it's gonna depend on how Hero looks, in this postseason. But if we fall short, you never know. You probably ship Hero out to one of the bottom feeder teams out west and get role players. I mean, I don't really know. There's not really a lot of flexibility. Caleb is going to be a free agent. I don't know if they're going to be looking to re-sign him or not. I don't know. We're already a first apron team, I believe, so we don't really have a lot of mobility in that way. And then Jimmy, I think he's going to be up for an extension. That's going to be interesting. Bam, also, he's going to be up for an extension. I don't think he may hold out again this year because I think this year he was trying to get All NBA. So we'll see. So you got two guys that are going to be up for extension.
I needed him
so,
to get All NBA or DPOY 11-10, and Bam dropped the bag.
Bam deserves his money, bro.
He dropped the bag.
And the thing is, with Bam, when y'all was talking about like offensive ceiling things and stuff like that, I will say this year, Bam has been really good when Jimmy is not there or when Jimmy and Hero are not there. He's given, I think his averages is like 23 or 22 and 10 and like 5 assists when those guys aren't there. So to start the season, Bam started off great. Then his role changed and they kind of wanted him to be more hub oriented, and his production has kind of really cratered. And now he's kind of opened up the three because I think we went through a stretch in the season where we didn't have any shooters available. And Bam said, listen, we got guys like DeLon and Hawkes taking threes, bro. I might as well shoot the thing. And he's been shooting it. And he's been shooting it well. Like, for real. Like, he's shooting probably 38% on, since he's actually started shooting threes. So that's been good to see him extending his range out a little bit. But, I mean, listen, I don't know, bro. I don't know where these guys go after this season. It's going to be interesting. I want to see what happens. But, I mean, you gave up a pick to get Terry. So that's a, first round pick we don't have. If Donovan Mitchell, is ultimately doesn't take that contract extension and going to get traded, I don't think we have anything to outbid anybody else on. Like we could get outbidded by the Nets, Knicks, whatever, whoever, goes after him. So I mean, I don't know, bro.
So everybody up here instead of just the Heat fans, like some people, still believe in the narrative of if they're here when it comes to if the playoffs get here, you can't rule out the Heat. Does that narrative change if they miss the playoffs? Miss it for next season?
Yeah, for me.
Well, what was the question, Jay Will?
If they miss the playoffs this year in the play-in, does the narrative of you cannot count out the Miami Heat when they get to the playoffs, is that gone, or does it stay alive?
I know that's what y'all want anyway. So yeah, I mean that narrative will be gone.
I'm
Everybody waiting for this stuff to be over. No funny. So
but I'm
yeah,
asking even true Heat fans believe in that narrative as well. Like regardless if the outside noise don't believe it or want to say it's bullshit or we tired of hearing it, the Heat fan base truly fucking feels this way. Will that change for y'all for real? And for people that also still use it even outside of the Heat fan base, would that change?
I
Genuinely,
mean,
for real.
if I think it makes sense to think that way. Like Jimmy's gonna be another year older.
Mm.
Like it's not like Jimmy's 30 or 31, right? He's gonna be 35 next year. So yeah, like if we don't make it to the playoffs, and you know, I wouldn't be mad at people saying, "Oh, the run, that Heat stuff is done,
I
whatever,"
think it.
because Jimmy's older. Like he is not. He's getting older. It looks like he's declining a little bit. So
Mm.
I wouldn't be shocked by that.
Okay.
I literally said that at the beginning of my statements when I was going. It's 50-50 right now. You got some people that believe that Jimmy Butler, playoff Jimmy, can turn it on and he can still be threats to Boston. You got some people that don't believe in it. If the Heat do not make the playoffs, then I think it fully will shift to people more so on the side where they just not believing in it. So yeah, I truly believe that. Heat fans, and others. This is the first time I ever seen Heat fans consider on Twitter. Heat fans talk about they don't want to extend Jimmy or he's probably not worth it. And this is the first time I ever seen that.
Oh wow.
So this is what I'm seeing in the Heat world. So yeah, I think it's going to shift, especially if we don't make the playoffs, like completely.
Would you say, Key?
No, I just think it is coupled with like the off-season moves, right? And I don't really think that it's possible, but I mean anything could happen. I didn't think we would get Drew last year, so there's that. But they need to somehow make the roster to where Jimmy is the second best player and Bam is the third best player. If they can reconstruct the roster, then I think you look at them differently. But if their plan is to run the team back for the fifth year, then yes, I think people are going to be over the playoff Jimmy narrative situation.
Paul George to Miami. Let me cook.
Would that change for you, Key?
Nah, bro.
Not really.
If they added him?
I mean, there would be a good team. They wouldn't be in the play-in. That's for sure.
The little things, little improvements,
I mean, that's better than because think about it. So, other than the year, was it 21, 20, whatever year y'all were first place? Other than that, like, have y'all been like a top 3, like 50+ win team, like year after year after year?
No, but I'm pretty sure we're like at least bona fide playoff team.
Yeah.
These past 2 years, obviously, that's not been the case.
So outside of the Heat, Lakers, Warriors, Sixers. When I guess the Sixers get a pass, right? Because of injury. If they miss the playoffs.
My only disappointment is the Lakers.
So I'm saying, is there a narrative or a repercussion change for the other teams in the play-in if they miss the playoffs? Is it just Heat?
I mean, if you miss it, then you just gotta fix the roster. I don't know if Lakers fans think that they're in the play-in because of their roster construction, or if they think they're in the play-in because of injuries. So
they think they're in the play-in because of Darvin Ham.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good. So I don't know. I don't know what to feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
where you at, Ev? Lakers got repercussion, narrative changes, or?
Nah, I mean, because I think it's mainly the Miami Heat. I mean, I don't got nothing to say about the Bulls or the Hawks. They are who they are. There's no narrative or anything. The Warriors who they are to me as well. They're not one of the top 8 teams in the West. And they just got to get better. Like Keanu just said, they got to look at their roster and they just got to get better. So I got nothing to say about the Warriors and or Kings. Kings, I don't agree with all the moves that they did. I think they extended Sabonis, Harrison, and maybe even Kevin. That's off the top of my head. I think so. So I think I would have tried to, instead of extending Harrison, I would have tried to get another guy next to Fox and Sabonis.
With the Bulls, I think DeMar's going to be a free agent. So, he may up and leave and go somewhere else. Who knows? Mm-hmm. And the Hawks, obviously, they have a decision on if they want to keep Trey and DeJounte together.
Yeah.
So that's going to be something to look at. With Philly, though, Philly's interesting because, I know, like, to start the season with the whole James Harden trade, people were worried or, like, thinking about, whether you put, Joel would stay in Philly long term. So, like, if they don't make the playoffs, does that change anything? Does, Embiid get restless about that? Or or what. But Maxi's up for extension. He's for sure going to get extended.
I think
Tobias going to be a free agent. So they have cap space too. So a lot of cap space to sign whoever.
I think Embiid is gonna ride it out in Philly, just like Trey's gonna ride it out in Atlanta. They're just gonna rot there forever.
You think Trey's gonna stay there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Trey's
believe
there
in the
forever.
reports, G?
I don't know if he's
Huh?
there forever.
You don't believe in the reports?
I think this happens every year.
How about the Pelicans? Like if the Pelicans
Every year, the start of the season, the Hawks fans think they're a top 4 seed in the East. Every year, they're in the play-in. They typically do make the playoffs. I don't think that that's going to happen this year. Right before the playoffs or the playing game starts, there's all these reports that Trey's going to request out, and then we repeat it next year.
No, but the organization are saying that they're thinking about trading either one, though, instead of Trey. You believe that or no?
No, I don't think they're going to trade Trey. I don't think that they're going to get close because of the situation that they're in with their picks and the talent on the roster. I think they need like a legit return for Trey, and I just don't really see that happening right now. They would be plumb fools to trade Trey right now for what the return would be.
What you think, Kevin said?
I think Trey at some point in his life needs to realize that you're not going to get like the accolades necessary to be an all-time player if he stays in Atlanta. I don't know if because he's part of Clutch, if that's something that they're going to push on him to let him realize that, because that can impact like just earning potential even after the game. So I don't know if that's like something that he will look at for himself to then be like, okay, maybe I do need to move, because he's struggling to make All-Star game in the East. In the East.
Yeah.
And it's not going to change. It's not going to change anytime soon.
Yeah, I think for me, just the Heat in the last Philly. I think obviously, if the Sixers don't make the playoffs, I think Embiid will be placed in or taken out of certain conversations as far as where he's ranked amongst
Oh shit.
Other superstar players in the league, because there's no way you need to tell me superstar on a cups of bricks or wearing back-to-back MVP and you don't beat the Heat, Bulls, or Hawks to make the playoffs.
Man.
Healthy at that.
Okay.
So yeah, I think conversations will change around Jimmy and Embiid. And then as far as the West, I wanted to chime in on the Pels. The Lakers not really so much for me.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on the Pels.
I don't really have the Lakers are, so I don't really got nothing to say. I don't think much is going to change about the Lakers.
I have a question before y'all go to the West. Just a quick question. Are we really going to do this Embiid is healthy? Like, is that the bit we're running with? Or
yeah, that's what Process and everybody else is running with. Yeah. He's healthy.
So are y'all saying that just for a narrative, or do y'all?
Oh no! I genuinely think he's good to go. I think he's good to go. Like, I made sure to vividly watch like multiple.
He's probably 80% there.
Yeah,
he's good enough.
I think he's healthy enough to play, but I don't think he's healthy to where he can be Embiid. But at the same time, if the narrative, if expectation is,
bro, I'm so confused.
The healthy that he has, the level that he is right now, based off health, is enough to get it done. If they're saying that, though,
yeah, it is. To
me,
it is.
Him as a player, fans, all the
Process. You saying that too, right? Process. You saying that too, right?
Yeah, bro. As long as he doesn't, I said this a million times. As long as he doesn't hurt himself again with any kind of injury coming into this game or on Wednesday or throughout a series. This is a healthy.
He's good to go, right?
Okay, Process.
He's good to go.
That's not Kiana's question.
I have one more question though, Process, and then you can answer my actual question.
So go ahead.
Is he still playing with the brace on underneath his leg sleeve or no?
As of right now, he had a brace on the last game.
Okay.
I think he had a brace on all the games.
No, but I think key question Process is he healthy? Like is he healthy? Or 95 or somewhere in that 90% range.
Nobody's 100% in the playoffs, so
but you know what she mean. Like
Jay Will, he said he's good to go. He just said he's good to go. Like,
he's above.
Process has no injury excuse, bro.
He's above 80. Listen. He's above 80%, and that's good enough.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that we're not gonna if we're gonna say he's healthy, then we're gonna say he's healthy. That's not my stance. But if that's what the collective,
but every year.
But every year not every year, the past 2 years, when you guys say process made an excuse or Philly fans make excuses, they're not excuses. He was legitimate. Like last year, if you guys remember,
No,
people.
I'm not trying to say it's an excuse. I'm just saying that we need to be consistent. What I don't want people to do is, if you don't really feel like he's actually healthy, then don't like try to just say he's healthy just to like push a narrative.
No, he
Like,
tweaked it. He tweaked his knee last game against the Magic. They sat him out against who'd they play? Yes, Brooklyn. I think that was just a precautionary thing. And then
Yeah,
they have
but
another game.
process. Her question is coming from, she heard Ev say that he think people, which Ev probably got is some merit there, that some people would say if he lose both playing games, it'll affect his ranking. It'll affect
That's a problem.
This guy, this, that, and the
I'm
third.
pretty sure Process
heard
would agree
that.
with
She
that.
heard that, and she was like, "Wait a minute, so are people really trying to say this nigga's healthy to put that on him?" And I'm like, that's fair to ask that question.
I genuinely think, and I'm sure Process do too. Like,
I do.
genuinely think that.
If Embiid comes out on Wednesday night and we lose, and he looks like bad, it's not because of his knee.
okay.
Unless he's
it's a noticeable limp or
same thing.
You know, unless he comes out and he's limping or he comes out he tweaks it or something. But as of today, if he comes out and he plays on Wednesday, which I'm 95% sure he's playing, it's nobody should use the excuse of an injury.
I don't know, Risha. I don't know.
And process that applies to the second game if you lose too.
Nah, Risha. So that's my thing. Like if he was limping in these 5-6 games that he just played or whatever, then I'll understand. But he's been moving fine. He's looking fine. Yeah, it was a mini tweak in the end of the first half against whoever it was. I can't remember.
Yeah, he tweaked his knee.
He came right back out in the second. He came back on the second half. And he was fine. Like
he tweaked it in the Magic game, and there was and by the way, there was a minute left in halftime. There was a minute left before half. They subbed him out, and he went right back to the locker room just to get it checked up or get some.
Came right back out running.
He came back out in the second half, and he played fucking fine. And I think that Sunday he didn't play because, first off, they knew what was going to happen with the seeding. Second, the Nets sat everybody, so they thought that they could beat them without him.
So, process, you agree with Ev?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
About those repercussions if they miss the playoffs.
Yeah, like repercussions is in the sense of we're going to trade him?
No. Based on rep.
Yeah, like he's gonna get backlash if we miss the playoffs.
All right. And you think it's gonna be fair?
Yes,
absolutely, bro.
Yeah, well, Jay Will, he thinks he's good to go.
Okay.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you right now. I swear to God.
I'm putting that down in my notes right now.
He's good to go.
Analyst Jay Will, put that down right now. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We shouldn't lose 2 home games in the play-in against these teams, these 3 other teams, even without Embiid. I'm not losing to the fucking. I'm not losing to Chicago.
The disrespect, man.
No, not the Heat.
He got somebody. He got somebody. He got somebody.
Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm not losing to Chicago Bulls. Like, what the fuck?
But 11-10, the Pelicans. I'm curious.
Sorry, y'all. I just wanted to clarify.
We know.
This is the last team we're gonna comment on 11-10 because like this is a team that I'm just like I'm in a limit with.
I have been asking y'all about this since before the season started. About the Pelicans. Like for real, like because I was like, y'all only have a certain amount of time left. They're always not healthy. Like, how much time do you think they have? So this is interesting for the full circle moment about what you guys think the moves will be if they don't make plan. Go ahead.
I don't know because if they don't make the playoffs, I think they extended CJ midway through this season. I think their next step or question would be what they do with Jonas in the middle, Jonas, however it is. And then obviously the ultimate question, what it was last season or last offseason.
Ingram's contract is coming up too.
Yeah, and the main question last offseason was, do they keep the pairing of Zion and BI? I do think those rumors around potentially trying to trade BI to get that pick to draft Scoot, I think that was real. I do think they will ultimately entertain all avenues where they can potentially trade Brandon Ingram. I think Zion is the guy. Zion will be there no matter what. It's how they're going to build a roster around Zion. Now you have a young guy who I like, Trey Murphy. You have Herb Jones. They even got Jose on contract, I believe, for probably another year or two. So it's really just going to come down to Zion and Ingram. What are you going to do? So I don't know, man. It's a tough team. It's really a tough team to discuss because I like point Zion. I like Zion being on the ball. Obviously, Zion got to get better offensively when it comes to mid-range shooting or when he's even open on wide open threes. He attacked the basket phenomenally, finished around the basket phenomenally, but he got to evolve. He will have to evolve for that team to be better offensively as well. If Ingram is still in the fold. So Ingram's going to play more minutes tomorrow. We're going to see how the pairing looks together. Like you said, one of them always get hurt. So if they go out and they don't make the playoffs, that's a real issue for me. That's a problem. And I want to see what they're going to do this offseason. But let me tell you, I know she wanted to say some remarks to it, though. Like, how do you feel about it?
I mean, no, bro, you kind of summed it up. Listen, I know people have been floating around to a Cavs trade. I've seen, D Mitch or Garland traded over to
The Hawks won beyond
the Pelicans for
Hawks?
for BI over there. So who knows? Like, trades. Obviously, I think Willie Green's job could be in jeopardy too if they lose. So could be a lot of moving parts if if the Pelicans aren't able to get in via the plan. So I don't know. I don't really know what direction they go there. I think they have a good squad though, but obviously you're running out of time. Who knows? Next year, hopefully, those two guys could stay healthy. But those two guys have been fairly healthy this year, and when they were healthy, they were kind of vying for the 4th seed at one point. So, so I don't really know. Where they would go from there if they would run it back and try again. But who knows? The circumstances next year is going to be difficult. Memphis is going to be back on the scene.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, like Memphis is going to be around. Like it's going to be tough. So
I think they have to have a reevaluation because this is the weakest they are right now. Like if you can't beat this Lakers team and then you turn around and can't beat this Warriors and or Kings team, something got to change. And you got to have a reevaluation and sit down. Like, nah, this can't be it because it's only going up in the West. It's only going up in the West. The Rockets will be better next year. I don't think they make the playoffs. The Grizzlies make the playoffs and they'll be a top 3 seed, in my opinion, next year. And then obviously, I think.
So, Ev, you guys are basically saying they suck in a nice way. But I get yelled at for it.
I'll get back to that, bro.
Listen, I'm just saying.
Yeah, and then Wemby is on the way too. So, and what the Spurs can be doing. I'm not saying.
I agree, Jordan. I think after depending on how things happen, I think people will have serious conversations about Zion. But we'll move.
Yeah. To comment to what Jordan said, you said Zion is the guy. Yeah, unfortunately, they're going to still prioritize keeping Zion on that team for the next 5 years versus BI. Let's be real. That's what I think.
But y'all don't feel like that they would have been like a top 5 seed if they would have kept Ingram. I mean, if Ingram would have been healthy. So like,
if they don't make the playoffs,
that's what I pointed out. Yeah.
If they don't make the playoffs to you, Jay will keep this same roster. And
okay, but what does that mean? They're going to be a top 5 seed. What does that mean?
Yeah, like.
No, I'm saying they would have been a top 5 seed. They would have been a top 5 seed if Ingram would have remained healthy. I mean,
and then what? And then what? She's saying, and then what? Like, and then what?
I'm saying that it shows that this team it's not like they have an issue like it can't be successful. That means that it
what do you mean by being successful?
Like they are a good ball club. They can win games and be a good regular season team.
Is that the goal?
But you got it's a championship.
Well, I mean, bro,
you want to make the finals. You want to make the conference
finals. To figure it out just right now.
I mean,
they got to get into the playoffs and play a couple of. Hold on, let's get this understood. The Grizzlies got in the playoffs in 21, lost. They got in 22, got hurt, but they still lost. 23. Just because you get in the playoffs and lose don't mean you're building.
So you're on.
Let them get in a situation where they build towards something.
But how many years have they been together with playoff experience?
Who?
The Pelicans they're talking about.
That's the point. This is the first year that if they make the playoffs, it'll be the first year Ingram and Zion play
together.
Huh?
How many years have they been together?
Zion and Ingram?
Mm-hmm.
Like 5, I think.
Since Zion got drafted, and Zion hasn't been healthy for most of those years.
Yeah,
and Ingram missed some time as well.
So this is their
first real year playing basketball together. like an extended stretch of basketball, an extended stretch of games. This is their first real year, and even in this year, they started the season off with the best shooter on the roster missing 2 months of basketball. But I don't know. They suck. You
No,
know, it
I
is what
don't
it
think they
is.
suck, but I think like after 5 years of something not working, regardless of the reasons, I'm not saying the reason that it's not working is because they suck. I do think you need to sit back and evaluate what is going wrong for the last 5 years and how do we improve upon that? And does somebody need to go to make that happen?
Keep that same energy for Boston.
That's all I
I
said.
would
Town on
agree.
the clock.
That's all I
All right.
said.
But I think we have a little bit more than to show for it as far as
You have
experience.
nothing to show for it. You have
As
zero
far as
championships.
experience
Nothing
and
to
going
show for it.
to the
Zero
playoffs,
championships.
have certainly more than the Pelicans.
Zero
I can assure
championships.
you of that.
Zero championships.
I think my thing is y'all asking to trade away somebody because of injury or because
I
they
said
don't work.
evaluate.
That's what this is what I want to know. Are we saying trade it away because they keep getting injured, or is it because they don't work?
You're gonna
But
keep
if they
you're gonna keep building a team around people that can't play basketball for you. Does that make sense?
Oh, okay, all right, okay. Based off if y'all
it,
if it's strictly
it
based off
working
injury, okay,
it working or not, I think injury
that's
has
fine.
to be in
What
the
the
equation when you're looking at if
That's fine.
somebody's
If that's
working
what
or
we
not.
talking about, okay.
But you got to include that. Like I don't understand. You got to include the fact that injuries continue to happen to these main two guys.
You also may trade. You also may trade pieces away, and then try to get other players you think would be healthy, and you could be a worse team.
Yeah, that's the gamble. But like it's still like people would say insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, right? So like I think the idea behind it is that we have seen them together for this amount of time. It seems consistent that they cannot stay healthy for whatever reasons. So maybe we should try something else before you then lock yourself into contracts where it's a bit hard to move off of because of injury concerns, people not being available there, and also how the new cap is and shit like that. The rules.
Yeah, you don't have to blow it up now, but you certainly should be evaluating and thinking for the future for sure.
Yeah, and Zion definitely has to grow his game, I think, too.
Yes.
He's got to be able to go to the floater, get a little mid-range pull-up, because certain matchups, like he clearly struggles in where he's not able to get to the basket. So he's got to have other counters for that to help his team. So should be interesting what happens with the Pelicans, if they're not able to make it into the playoffs.
Would you look into trading this offseason?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think maybe another year, but I don't know. Like I think you got like kind of almost the most perfect storm you could get this season in terms of availability. This is the most available Zion's been. He's been in good shape, this season too. And then Ingram has been available for a good portion of the season too. So, it hasn't been a common theme throughout their tenure. But for me, if they're not able to make it into the playoffs, I think you probably look into Willie Green, see if you can get an upgrade coaching wise for him. And then see if you can get a better five with Jonas. It's really hard to find a good five though. So I think you probably look into the coach maybe before you blow it up with them. But it's tough. It's tough because availability, the best ability is availability. And if you can't be available, it's really hard to really evaluate your team. So,
but okay, just thinking forward. If you get a new coach, so nobody thinks that Willie's going to get fired this offseason, right?
If they don't make a playoff, they're saying it's on the table.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking you get a new coach and then you have to give them a year to gel with the new coach. And now we're like 2 years out, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Just thought. But everybody.
But then they also can say, okay, you move Zion and or Ingram, right? Or whatever, make any adjustments, and you still have that coach who could be a problem. And then what? So hey, it is what it is. But
a lot of questions. I'm glad.
I don't know, man. I feel like the Pels, they got a good roster to me, man. I think all the pieces on their team, and it's just guys are not available enough, bro. Like it's unfortunate.
I do think the looking to trade them also depends on who's available. Because I feel like before in the past, like you'd be like, yeah, for nothing I'm giving up Zion, because like Zion is when you first got him, because of what Zion could be. But now because you're seeing all these injuries rack up and this and that, like I think the never trading on Zion thing has shifted a bit. Like for me.
Yeah. All right. Well, listen, everybody that contributed to the stage, shout out.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah. What's up?
Okay, hold on. I'm trying to learn how to do this. I've never been on Playback.
What you trying to learn?
Check your phone,
you trying to turn your camera on?
Check your phone,
You trying to turn your camera on, Joy?
I think Joy done cut out.
I'm gonna try to give her a minute or two real quick to get right. But like I was saying, guys, we've been well, I don't want to say that yet. Joy,
would you go into this offseason thinking about trading one of them? You.
So I didn't respond back because I think I took the high road with all due respect. But he said I was on process side. I don't know why. I think the Pelicans have a good roster. Like I never said they were a bad team. Okay, she was trying to get her camera on. I never said the Pelicans were a bad team. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just really quick. I was really struggling in the chat because I couldn't get it to work. This is my second
time. You're doing a good job.
Oh my God, Joy.
I don't think she. I'm sorry, y'all. She does not know what's going on right now. But
she probably keep hitting that button. She probably keep hitting the button. She probably needs to just stay away from a button. It's probably she keep hitting the red button when they say leave stage or something.
I think she's back now. Yeah, just talk, Joy.
This app has a lot of bugs in it. I do not like this app. It has a lot of bugs in it. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. So what I was saying was, I only came here because I want to bet Process because he's acting like a coward in the comments, and I want to bet him. So,
why would I bet? Hold on. Are you gonna make the bet that you get to the finals?
No, I never said that. You said that.
But I am not gonna bet. But I'm not gonna bet you straight up money that we're gonna go to the finals when I can get odds that'll give me 16 times the amount we would make the bet for.
Okay, listen. Don't be throwing the numbers at me. I don't know what the heck you're talking about. What are you trying to say?
So basically,
if I bet on a betting app that the Sixers go to the finals and win,
she probably just trying to bet you on the play-in, bro.
No, she said she wants to bet me because she said if we win, she said where do I realistically have the Sixers going, and I said if they win on Wednesday, Embiid, Maxey, Oubre, the whole Sixers organization is going to be hoisting up the finals motherfucking trophy.
You said that?
You're damn fucking right. I did, Jay Will. You got a problem?
Let me stay out of it, bro.
All right, listen, Joy and Process. This for Joy. I'm gonna have you respond right back to Process in like 5 minutes, right? I do got one question for you before we close this out. This was an episode. I didn't mind you coming up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. And
you good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
What's your thoughts on the Heat playing game against the Sixers? I know you came through to the show this morning, but what's your thoughts on the Heat playing game against the Sixers? And what would be your thoughts if they missed the playoffs?
Okay, so I'll answer the question for this show.
I had to answer to it.
I'm gonna behave myself. Okay, so oh my gosh, Lord Jesus. Okay, so as far as my thoughts on the play-in tournament itself, we're gonna win it. It's plain and simple. Like it is what it is. I'm not worried about it. I heard Kiana ask earlier about like if he's 100%. I think we're going to beat them regardless, 100% or not. I'm not concerned with Philly. And it is what it is. Philly has never put fear in me. Now, they have gotten better. I will give them this. They have gotten better from last year. Tyrese Maxey has been phenomenal this year. But as far as, Miami versus Philly goes, I have Miami. I'm going to always pick Miami, point blank, period. And yeah, that's just how I feel about it. And then as far as if we lose, we're not gonna lose. I mean,
just if we don't make the playoffs, like what would be your thoughts around the team and or Jimmy Butler?
If we miss the playoffs, Jimmy has to go. Yeah, he does. He got to go.
Oh,
Joy, we was about to wrap it up. They
Yeah.
don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and hold you. He gotta go.
Right,
And the only reason why I'm saying this is because to go from making the finals to missing the playoffs, and that's disgusting. And my whole thing about it is like I did hear when I was on a Heat playback the other day, they were saying that he's been going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But in general, bro, like everybody's been making like
wait, hold on. I was away from my phone. You said what about Butler?
I said if we miss the playoffs, Jimmy Butler has to go.
Bring him home. Bring him home.
Boy,
he come right back to us. Are you kidding me?
So
are you
y'all
for real?
Exit with what? Y'all not finna nothing with Jimmy. Y'all not finna nothing with Jimmy.
We would already did what you couldn't accomplish.
That was how long ago was that?
We would have won
how
3
long ago
times.
Was that process?
We would have won like 2 championships, 3 championships with Butler on this team.
This is disgusting. It's really.
I want to hear Joy's reasoning though.
This is my reason, and I understand that y'all are used to, me being more optimistic. But if that happens, like that's disgusting. Like I'm not gonna lie, like it's been a minute since mine is the playoffs. So if we miss the playoffs, like I don't think y'all understand how disgusting that is to go from the finals to missing the playoffs. We have a roster to get it done. And number 2, one of the biggest reasons why we're even in this position is because of Jimmy Butler. So we're not gonna sit here and act like that's not the truth. So if we miss the playoffs, and so if Jimmy Butler doesn't step up and do what he's supposed to do when he's supposed to do it, because I let Jimmy slide because he's playoff Jimmy. But if playoff Jimmy don't show up in the play-in tournament, then he's behind needs to go. Because at this point, what are you here for? You're not going to show up in the regular season or the playoffs. What are you here for? That's how I feel about it. And he's only getting older. So why is he here?
I think that is a phenomenal way to end it.
Joy, thank you for being honest, because everybody else was up here capping, honey.
You said what?
I said thank you for being honest, because everybody else was up here capping.
What did they say?
Nothing at all.
Now what did I do? Why am I in it?
I feel like we swapped places.
Why am I in it? What I do?
I do want to say though, the room is about to go literally right back live. Everybody that contributed to the episode today, thank y'all so much. It's episode 103. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Fact and Stats page on YouTube. Also, check out the Daily Show every day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. You can get information on that on the Twitter page. That's at Fact and Stats _. And we've been on the road. We've been recording episodes for probably about a month straight every Monday. So if you want to look out for another episode to be recorded next Monday. And thank y'all for the support. Good luck to everybody, team that's in the play-in and or playoffs. And we'll talk more about it throughout this week. And thank y'all so much.